Space. This is a classic right here. I feel the greatest of rush when I'm writing. Feeling no other is fucking with my pen. All of the souls I can touch that I heighten. Holding the world with the creative license. Israel scattered one day we uniting. Keep up the fight when the heathens come at ya. He that will master himself while submitting. Or be the glory the scripture that's written. I'll be the story of niggas that's missing. Laws he soaring the pagan tradition. They gave you a system from angels that they sing. For your eternity whispering. I am too tall for these little folks. Laugh when they cracking their little jokes. Tears of a clown when you living broke. Before the fire I'm giving the smoke. I don't lost count on the songs that I wrote. Over 1,000 I'm from public housing. Only pops I saw it came from a gun. He was on drugs that are raising his son. Raising the slums I wanna break the cycle. Can't really live while engaged in survival. That's why we flee to just having our fun. Facing our struggles make us wanna run. I feel the greatest of rush when I'm writing. Feel that no other is fucking with my pen. Plug to the plug, now let me plug the mic in. Holding the world with the creative license. Publishers hit me so easy to do it. Paid in advance so the rapper recoups it. I write for artists, they pay me a check. Cause it's so hard to catch only respect. Only the real ones I'm known to respect. Don't fuck with thoughts out here throwing me neck. Beefing with dudes but I prefer respect. Rather get money than go at your neck. Never too old to be musically big. Break all the rules that the industry rigged. Set respect 4 times, you know that I'm bout it. This the 4th writing, I'm changing it up. Writing for changing, I know we all doubt it. Losing our voices and cries that we shouted. Looking back on when I first did the verse. Nothing must change but the words in the verse. Nothing must change but the world we adverse. Creatively I just added more words. Create the beat then I lay down the verse. Creation fleeing from ways of the earth. Men become women while genders reverse. Kids are still wildin' on plantation turf. Chemicals swallow this lower in birth. GMO's meant to put us in a hearse. Trails in the sky was the stuff they disperse. Parallel lines so we breathe in the hurt. They're gonna lie till we lie in the dirt. Land with the lion, rely on the word. Earth is a plane but they gave us they balls. Trying to disguise us from God when he calls. Finding the sky what you think of the grace. NASA they heathens deceiving us all. So much distraction and finding our way. This is the traction and keeping you slaves. This isn't tracks when he go wanna play. This the reaction, I do what I say. I shot the video right in this town. Figured I see if you wanna get down. And live in color, my palate's profound. Sock it to Brody like homie the clown. Bums think they're big cause they're kings of the trash. World is so big while they sit on their ass. Just for my moms I should fuck with the kid. I'm trying to put her in luxury cribs. I feel the greatest of rush when I'm writing. Feel that no other is fucking with my pen. So spacey it sounds real exciting. But I do not fuck with the Neil deGrasse Tyson. Internet market could make you $1 million. Internet mark now they raiding your building. Videos never stay going unlisted. FBI watching your moves when you did it. Niggas can't stick their own tongue between teeth. Who's out here teaching our youth how to speak? Nuclear moves can't be made by the weak. Pistols the power to bury you deep. Police will pull it, provide you a bullet. Picking a pack with no pepper spray, do it. Cops shoot niggas, I'll keep it simple. It's like you're lucky if they beat up and pin you. Some might have revolutionary in you, but as a whole we threw that out the window. Crabs in a barrel that point at each other. Peace of the righteous that wanna teach others. If we all did imagine to reach others. Force of a nation where no one can shove us. I am at home with the pen. Homing in y'all whose home is the pen. Can't say I know where you're in, but know when you get out, try not to go there again. I feel the greatest of rush when I'm writing. Feeling no other is fucking with my pen. Writing this making me feel like a titan. Already told, but now look how I heighten. All of you out there don't sleep on your talent. Don't let a hater throw you on a tangent. Watch how the jealous will side eye your vision. Fuck what they tell you, just stay on your mission. Trying to tell y'all I'm writing. 4. Space. Mr. Space, I don't chase, put my taste on your palate. Campaign on your ballot, baby, how we win the race. In the summer, I'm a simmer, now we cuddle in the winter. Let's discuss it over dinner, girl, you fucking with a winner. Don't you gon' tire your ass out to, that's it. Now go wild, baby girl, with your desire and spaz out. Sapiosexual, sexual sample flow. Passion connects us how that mental attraction grows. She bored with those repetitive actions though, and want some shit opaque in this world of all glasses, yo. I have to know, shorty, go grow on your birthday. Your presence is a gift, and in this race you in first place. From heaven you were sent, pretty thick in the right place. Beyond the money spent and a beautiful night's face. Sometimes you just connect, personality in sync. You give a man the blues, but you're prettier in pink. We're caught up in some drama, man, I know who you can't trust, but I'm a man plus, upgraded and stand up. Check my canvas and color spread. in the dark. Fine strokes of the brush and then I clutch your head. They said tone never changing, you be great, so hit or miss. I am always Mr. Space. Mr. Space, I don't chase, put my taste on your palate. Campaign on your ballot, baby, how we win the race. In the summer, I'm a simmer, now we cuddle in the winter. Let's discuss it over dinner, girl, you fucking with a winner. Don't you? You gon' tire your ass out to. That's it. Now go wild, baby girl, with your desire and spaz out. I'm hollering at my player partner Dot about the game and all the ladies that we taking out. A shot that's hot. He said keep grinding in your lane so you could give him something. Keep him coming. Not a player, gotta crush a little something. Super selective, pursuit is elective. Give me baby on that different course and you see me flexing. You can't stamp high value on your face and become it. You got a grazing experience. Be great and then plummet. Still hold the world within your palm because you're brave enough to run it. You command it with your voice and baby follows cause she loves it. When the broads are bickering, you ain't saving them hoes from it. Simple sucker shit can miss me, let you lame niggas become it. It feels good when you know you're the shit. So stand up, little nigga, take control of your grid. Man up, Simone's later, baby, know what it is. I'm Mr. Space, got the glow in this bitch, show me you lit. Mr. Space, I don't chase, put my taste on your palate. Campaign on your ballot, baby, how we win the race. In the summer, I'm a simmer, now we cuddle in the winter. Let's discuss it over dinner, girl, you fucking with a winner. Don't you? You gon' tire your ass out to. That's it. Now go wild, baby girl, with your desire and spaz. I said, hey, if you chasing me, she running, stand firm, magnetic. Keep her coming like, hey, baby, let me tell you something, come close so I can whisper in your ear. Like, hey, if you chasing me, she running, stand firm, magnetic. Keep her coming like, hey, baby, let me tell you something, come close so I can whisper in your ear. What up? Good afternoon, evening, everywhere you at, wherever you at, whatever time of day. Shout out to y'all. Peace, everybody. Ted Kennedy, Blue Hunters up in the building. P Cakes in here. P Cakes up in there. There we go. Ted Kennedy, you already? Yeah, you know I fucked with Ted Kennedy. I'll take it. Jump off too. You multitask real quick. Turn this shit off. Mr. Space, I will tell you so. Race on the battle, go to base. On the battle, go to battle. All right, there y'all go. Y'all hear me good? All right, here we go. Check. Okay, y'all hear me good. All right, I'll move a little closer to the mic to add to it though. I'll let you know, okay? Yeah, see, this is crazy. Like, I had to get her shaved because she had like a whole Rastafarian situation going on with like piled up hair and everything all knotted up. So, I try to like comb it and get the shit out, but it's starting to get ridiculous. And it's all centered in like one area of these like clumps all in one thing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get rid of these clusters, B. Come on, B, what you doing? Alright. I get rid of that cluster, B. Get out of here. Fuck it. Alright, everybody, what's up to everybody? Shout out to all y'all, shout out to Vdubb Bugs. You coming right back on. Shout out to Vdubb Bugs if you make your way over here now or on the repeat or whatever. So yeah, the title of this joint is Bugs. I hope this doesn't break the pact that we have. Yeah, hit that like button because y'all see it right there. So Bugs, I hope this doesn't break the pact that we have. We made a little pact when I was responding to the BSCL troll dude or whatever. And Bugs has been going in on this other dude that has like some stunted growth issue. Like his growth stopped developing at prepubescence or whatever. He has like a squeaky voice and everything, just like a child, like a 12-year-old. You know what I mean? He said he's gonna stop responding to him and ask that I also don't respond to other homeboys that I'm in a sense gonna respond to. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this doesn't break the pact. The only way I'm not even gonna go in on the brother. I'm just gonna reply to a couple things that this nigga was saying. And the only reason I'm doing that is because it connects to more higher ideals and principles. You feel me? So it ain't even really about just taking digs and, just the regular brute force back and forth rivalry. It has nothing to do with that really. It's just going to connect to higher principles. You're going to understand what I'm talking about, right? So, should I give y'all some preface? All right, real quick. Black Sector Classic Lives. Also got the link just in case homeboy in here you want to talk your shit, whatever. Black Sector Classic Lives was on Jimmy's show. He hits the link. He says that I'm trash musically, which would normally be alright, whatever. But he also added some like fucked up caveats to that. He says I'm a culture vulture. He basically said I'm like a white man.
Because he compared me, he's like, yeah, well, if he's black, I guess Donald Trump and all these other motherfuckers are black too. So, you know, he's taking digs at me saying that phenotypically I don't fit with being able to be part of hip-hop culture and everything. Y'all can check, what did I name that shit? Tone Space, the Culture Vulture White Man, a few videos down, you'll get the whole narrative of how that shit went. You feel me? So just check that shit out. I hooked them up with the mid-inch. Okay. So, come on, B. So yeah, just check that out. I'm just gonna jump right into the shit, right? So I caught some shit that he was saying. I don't know where his channel is. Maybe I'm subscribed to him, maybe I'm not. We ain't gonna do that. We're gonna do the L.A. Replay, because he played some of the Black Sector Classic Lives dude's shit of him, I guess, responding to me or whatever, talking some shit. So we're gonna play that from LA's channel, and I'm gonna basically clarify a few things, because a few things is that the brother got a little misconstrued, right? So let's jump right into this motherfucker.
Talk to the girl that. Why the fuck? What the fuck is your problem, Tone Space? Bro, I never said anything about the way you fucking look. You said shit about the way you look. You kept talking about how fucking fly you are and how good looking you are. Bro, why?
Shout out to Black Cherubim. Y'all gotta block him. It's Black Cherubim. It's a legend around this piece. Shout out to YJ. What's going on? Yeah, yo, I got this like thing. I'm just like real good with my thigh muscle strength. My shit is like insane. So, you know, I'm able to do some real good yogi, powerful shit right here. You know what I mean? Takes a lot of practice, decades of practice to be nice like this. You know what I mean? All right, run this back a little. Bring it back a little too much.
Good looking you are. Bro, why the fuck do you keep telling me that shit, dude? I don't give a fuck about how you look. Knock it the fuck off. Good Lord, tell Beasley that shit, dude, not me.
All right, so he's referring to me, basically saying how that nigga was hating since he doesn't show his face or anything like that, like a lot of these motherfuckers don't do, yet they have, you know, a gang of shit to talk or whatever. So basically, you know, I kind of sense the vibe of a nigga that's just hating on a nigga for looking good, whatever. So he's like, why are you bringing up looks to the conversation? You know what I'm saying? He said he didn't mention anything with looks. Well, in the conversation, in the context that we're talking about, you were referring me to a culture vulture, to someone that's trying to gentrify hip-hop. Thus, you were basically trying to say that I'm white, because if you're talking about gentrify, you're speaking about race. And if you're speaking about race, you're speaking about phenotypical features or whatever. So, as subtle as it may be, you were talking about my looks in the context of that. So that was in part of my reply of saying, yeah, I think you're just hating on a nigga that's looking good. And I'm just going to just tell it like the fuck it is. However, there's even more context cues that, you know, you hating on some other shit, right? And we're going to get into it right now. This isn't the first encounter that we had. It was like, what was it, about a month ago? I was, you know, in the cut. It was in Joy Kanae's chat room. There's this troll, this shorty troll. At least I hope she's a shorty. And I don't know how I came up, and she said, Tone Space, my baby daddy, some shit like that. Who the fuck has something to say to that, to reply, but this Black Sector Classic Lies 2, BSCL2 individual. And he replies to something of the effect like, oh, Tone Space don't like women. He tells her that, just slanders. You know, she's like, oh, Tone Space, baby daddy, you know, she's showing her love, shout out to Shorty, whatever. This nigga's gonna like just jump right in there, Operation Cock Block like a motherfucker. Oh, Tone Space don't like women. You know, I'm in the cut, and I'm listening to this, right? So, and I'm gonna get into like a tactic that I use. A lot of y'all may not be able to process what I'm talking about. I was just telling somebody yesterday about this tactic that I do. You know what I mean? So I replied on some cool, calm shit. I'm like, why are you saying this to the young lady? You know, why are you slandering me? Something to that effect. I didn't just come right out and start like ragging, dogging him out. aside from, you know, the nerdy ass voice, I don't know much about the dude or whatever. I just know that he's been around this shit for a while. He knows all the ins and outs. He's a super fan of this shit or whatever. All right, cool. But so I replied like, yo, why would you do that? You know what I mean? And then he said some shit to the effect, which is a weird term, don't get brave now or something like that. And he says that within the context of when we had our exchange. He said something like, don't get brave now. And then he said, well, you're, what did he say? What he was telling both to her and to me, well, you're a 40-plus-year-old man. You stay by yourself. You're not married. You don't have children. If you do like women, show me one woman that is digging you or that you're with, that you have been with, and all this stupid, weird shit. So I'm supposed to prove that I engage with women to type chat words on the screen? That's how that shit works? That's what motherfuckers is doing right now? You know what I mean? So, I mean, obviously I wasn't going to do that. However, I forgot what I replied to that with or whatever, but the main thing was I kept my cool. I didn't like rag on him, or I didn't start dissing him. And basically that's the tactic that I'm talking about that I often do. Because I don't fuck with people, right? I don't just come out my face and bother people if they're not bothering me. I could think you're the nerdiest of nerds, you know, considerably like how I think of this dude. This nigga would have never knew I think this nigga's the nerdiest of nerds until he started fucking with me. If he would have come in the chat room without fucking with me, what up, salute, peace. Might even give him a wrench on some shit, you know what I mean? I keep that opinion to myself because what reason do I have to let him know that that's how I feel? How is that going to be constructive or help anybody with anything? That's his nerdy ass life. May he be the happiest nerd there is, do his stock shit or whatever the fuck I saw him talk about he's doing, be successful. I still feel that way, you know, even with that nigga coming out his face at me or whatever. I don't fuck with people. So the point that I'm making is, since I don't fuck with people, Black Daria, why do light-skinned people always divert to their skin tone as a defense in any type of argument? I don't know. Or assuming light skin is why anyone dislikes you. Can it be a personality flaw? These are very good questions, very good questions. Well, you know, you could watch the video I did before this, and you could listen to this and see if I fall into that, you know, I guess that shithead category or somebody that's on it like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'll let you just check the context clues and, you know, you can come up to your own opinion. But yeah, those are very good points though. Very, very good points. And that's actually a reason why I'm doing this video, because I want to give that distinction so people just don't assume that I'm on some shithead shit like that. You feel me? So basically the tactic I do is, if people come at me without me attacking them or anything to that caliber, I usually just ask them why, if anything. I keep it cool. I'm still nice to them. Because as soon as you reply in a harsh way or something, then the battle's on. Then whatever the core reason that they were coming at you from is going to get buried. It's going to get lost in the fact that you then replied. So now y'all got the battle going on. And there's not going to be a hot, bright spotlight on whatever the issue is that they had with you. You see how that works? Now, I can't say for a fact that that dude was hating on me to that shorty based on he sees me as, you know, someone that probably look like, you know, he do his thing with ladies and she's showing love. I can't say all this for a fact. Even for me to say that I'm good looking, that's only an opinion. There could be somebody looking at me right now that thinks I'm the ugliest motherfucker in the world. You know what I'm saying? These are only opinions, and these are only, you know, rough estimates that we're dealing with here or whatever. However, the reason why I keep it cool with people that come at me on some bullshit is because I want them to focus, and I want, if anyone else is looking or whatever, I want to highlight whatever the core issue that they have with me is. And as he said, 40 plus years old, I've been on this earth for a while, and I have noticed a pattern of that. If I'm not fucking with people, especially when it has something to do with some female shit, let's say someone like me or something, is not the first or even the 25th time that a motherfucker has came out trying to cock block or hate or throw some salt in the game. You ain't this, you don't like that, this, that, the third. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw him do that, it fit a pattern. You know what I mean? Pardon me if anyone else comes in the thing, I don't look at the chat room because I don't want to be thrown off, but I'll address all that right after I get my shit off. So if you come in, shout out to Patricia. Anyone else comes in, shout out to y'all, right? So that's the reason why I keep shit cool. So when you say shit like, oh, you want to get brave now? No, it's not that I'm brave. I'd smack anybody in the fucking face. I'm the only nigga on here that got footage of me actually putting hands on a motherfucker if you really want to tell the truth. You know what I mean? And little words on the screen, that shit don't really affect me too much or whatever. But if I could draw a higher level point from some shit, sure, I will. But yeah, it's not a matter of me not being brave or me submitting when people come at me on some stupid shit. No, it's more cerebral than that. What I'm doing is I want to put the spotlight on whatever the core reason that they're coming at me in the first place, right? So in this situation I'm talking about, just to recap, a female troll, or I hope a female troll, in Joy Kinne's joint said, "Oh, Tone Space, my baby daddy," something like this. Black Sector Classic Lies 2, BSCL2 comes in, "Oh, Tone Space don't like women." That's his reply. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all could say what y'all think it is, whatever. We could speculate all day. I thought it was, I looked at it as some hate and bullshit, whatever, right? And my reply was to just ask him what the problem was, to put the spotlight on it, right? You know what I mean? So that when we have a next issue, as we ended up having recently on Jimmy's show or whatever, and me doing a video about it, then we have that in the archive for me to just like refer to, like I'm doing right now. So if I say something in this recent issue, we have context from a pattern from previously for y'all to kind of like brush off on and say, "Oh, interesting," right? So to answer your question, you're saying, why am I talking about how I look good and all that, is because it has a lot to do with that shit that you did on that occasion, as well as on this occasion, talking some more, I'm here in hip-hop to gentrify, I'm a culture vulture, which is an indirect way of saying that I have some phenotypical situation that doesn't validate me in hip-hop. So that's why I brought up the looks thing. It has nothing to do with me trying to stunt or front, or, you know what I mean? I really don't do shit like that, you know what I mean? Typically, I don't be talking about how a nigga looks and everything. A motherfucker really gotta like really dig at me for me to like really go there on some shit. Now, let me address whatever y'all saying up in here a little bit. Black dark nose, light skinned people first offense, you mad because I look good, etc., etc. Patricia, I'm light skinned nigga, and I could care less if you black or lighter than me. We all black, fuck skin color. I agree with that 100%. I hate when we recognize color in the same race. She must be talking to you. I'm talking to whoever reads it. Joy cooked the fuck out of that. Okay. Nigga, the topic of the show is skin tone, so no doubt. Shout out to you, Black Larry. Maybe you should just listen to the whole. Oh. I mean, you know, Patricia is a solid woman, yeah. And I love the fact that you got like thick skin. I don't know if my skin is thick as yours, Patricia, but you're like one of the people that I kind of like look up to when it comes to that type of shit. Like I let shit like really rub off me, but you really know how to let shit rub off you. So shout out to that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Patricia. You know what I mean? So now let me continue on with what this dude was saying. So if you want to know why I was talking all that look shit, that's the answer, based on the recent shit and the shit from a month or two ago. Let's go.
I stuck to the subject, the substance at hand, which was you being a shitty rapper. That was it. I either loved you or that.
I stuck to the subject at hand of you being a shitty rapper, and that was it. No, that was not it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have did a video about it. Now you just like omitting all these other important details. I'm not sensitive, just like I was talking about with Patricia. Someone could call me a shitty rapper. I'm not gonna blow up at them over just that. No, it wasn't contained to just you saying, I stuck to the subject of you being a shitty rapper. No, you said I am a culture vulture. You said that my purpose in hip hop is to gentrify, and you said that like I'm an outsider, like I don't belong, like I don't have a history in this hip hop shit, and I just jump in it to snatch the soul and seep all the juices out of this shit, and then I guess what? Go back to my white camp and tell them, look, yes, mission. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that I was addressing. Now there's proof that I'm not the type of person that's just gonna flip on someone for saying I'm a shitty rapper, whatever. Just yesterday, when LA was playing my joints or whatever, right? There was a couple people in the chat room, you know, there was a couple, salute to everyone that gave feedback no matter what it was, good or bad, right? But there was a couple people that was giving feedback saying, oh, that shit sucks. Like Tyree Sneak came in there, trolled a little bit. There was maybe like one or two other people saying like, oh, this is whack, that's whack. You don't see me responding to them niggas. I actually responded in the chat room to like one of the people, and I said thank you because I legitimately appreciated what that person had to say. And the proof is there. I'm sure in the chat replay you could still see that. It's like 1 or 2 shows ago that LA did or whatever, right? And basically what dude said is like that song that I played at the beginning of this joint, When I'm Writing For, I did the beat with no samples, right? So homeboy or homegirl, whoever it was, they said, yeah, that beat was trash, But I appreciate the fact that, I respect the fact that niggas, I respect people that do their shit with no samples. That's basically what he said. You know what I'm saying? But he said the beat was trash. So I said, yo, good looking out for finding some aspects of that trash that you like. I appreciate it, and I legitimately did appreciate it. If someone gives a critique, a lot of times I legitimately appreciate it if they're coming from a place of, actual real critique. Now, if they're just saying like rudimentary, basic shit, then, I might not take it too serious, but even still, I'm not gonna get hurt about it. You know what I mean? We got this other nigga, he blocked somebody in the chat room because they said they didn't like one line in some new song that he allegedly has, getting at me and the rest of Black Sector Mafia. They said they didn't like this one line, and he blocked him. He said, oh, you don't appreciate bars. You don't appreciate bars. Nah, I know what to do with you. You'll never see me get down like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me check out this chat. So yeah, that's this. All this shit that I'm responding to, it has nothing to do with you just saying, oh, you're shit, your raps are shit. It has nothing at all to do with that. If anything, I might have gave you a salute just for your opinion. All right, you think I don't sound, even if you just say that, even if you say, look, you know why I don't like you? You don't sound black enough. Even if you leave it at that, I'm not going to go in on you. But when you add this other shit and then you say, yo, you're a culture vulture and you're trying to gentrify this shit and you don't come from the soil, you don't come from this, yeah, then we have a problem that I'm going to address. And it just is what it is. Let me check the chat a little bit. Got that many subs, get the fuck out of here. You gotta be kidding me. Peace tone, peace chat. Well, I had my channel since 2006, but I wasn't active on here till 2017. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, when they try to get at me, they're like, oh, your shit been around since 2006. I just had the channel on some casual shit. And roughly late 2016, early 2017, I started like fucking with it. So in 2016, I maybe had 90 something, maybe 100 subs, and it just accumulated from then. And it grew casually. I never went on like a big campaign to, get the numbers up and shit. It just did what it did. Mr. Hoskins in the thing. What's going on, fam? Professor Cupcake Joy. I gotta hear the new joint with you and YJ. I saw the thing, but I ain't listened to it yet. Shout out to you. I know the same hundreds of times. Maybe before. Stupid because you were saying the only thing you learned when it comes out of the club. Well, y'all going through y'all little thing. Send us the sword. What up? What up? All right, so let's go on. Back to this brother right here.
Nutball styles in the same fucking category. So it has nothing to do with looks. Bro, you're creeping me the fuck out with that shit. Knock it off. You already got a questionable, weird relationship with Lamar where you want to, talk to the girl that was giving him oral sex. You literally are trying to hire up the girl that was giving Lamar oral sex. You know how fucking astronomical that is?
Wow, you said astronomical. Well, I think LA interjects and he clears that up, so I'm just gonna let this play so y'all can hear him, make reference to that and explain exactly what that's about, what he's talking about right now.
When you think about it, if you're in New York, you're telling me how fucking good looking you are, why I don't fucking know, but you keep telling me this shit. You keep telling me how fucking good looking you are. What the fuck's your problem?
I don't recall keep telling you it. Like, why you focus on that? I just said that in reference to the shit that you've done. To you player hating when Shorty in the chat room was saying I'm a baby daddy, and to you just talking about me trying to gentrify and basically referring to, I guess, whatever my whitish features are. And I'm just figuring you don't like that. You don't like that blend I got going on. You know what I'm saying? You don't like the cream and the coffee blend that I got popping off. And it's nothing new. I've noticed this pattern through the years. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong? I very well could possibly be. It could be nothing related. You could, when you were hating on me when Shorty shit and saying, oh, don't like it, you could have had a natural cause just to let her know, like, yeah, trust me, don't waste your time. That man does not like women. He's 40 plus. He does not have children. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you had a just cause. I don't know. I don't like to just state things as facts, especially when we're talking about shit like how people look and shit, because that's all opinion based. Like I said, I could be the ugliest motherfucker anyone's seeing right now that's looking at me. But let's go. So yeah, I didn't keep harping on that issue. I just said it, and in conjunction with the shit you were doing and saying.
But do you know how astronomical that is for if you were just to say, no, it was a random situation, I didn't know she was talking to Lamar. I could just think of just the odds of that, Tone Space. You hollering at a girl that's sucking Lamar's dick. That's... And asking him for permission. And then have the nerve to try to, I guess, get tough with me. I don't know what your fucking deal is, bro.
Get tough with you? You took what I was doing, that passion, and me replying to the shit you were saying is getting tough? And you're talking about people that's culture vultures and who's hood, and I think even this shit you say something like you survived the 90s, and you consider this little rudimentary stupid shit as getting tough? This is kind of telling, brother. I don't look at any of this as anywhere near anything being tough. Speaking with passion, I think I did say something like I want to smack the shit out of you for saying the word shit or some shit like that, but that was just like a passing, flighting, passionate statement. You know, even if I said that like a couple times, that's not even much of getting tough. You know, you're supposed to be fucking men, you know what I'm saying? Men bump heads and, you know what I mean? They talk a little bit harsh. They raise their voice a little something. That shit ain't tough. Let's go.
You're a weirdo.
What up, Sinister? This is BSCL2, I believe. Black Sector Classic Lies 2. I ain't even gonna, disrespect. Like I said, I want to keep that packed with bugs, so I'm literally just keeping this on some smooth shit when I talk about it.
That's why, like, you're telling me how good looking you are, as if I even commented on it, bro. What's your deal? Seriously, what's your deal? I just stuck to the subject that at hand of you just being a shitty rapper. I can get more into that, but it has nothing to do with your looks, bro. I'm not Beasley, man. Back the fuck off. Knock it off. You fuck.
Just quickly say, if you just came in, you'll hear me, reply to all this shit he's saying, a couple minutes before.
Fucking freak. Shit. You just don't fucking stop, bro. And like, the thing is, people are really nice to you for whatever reason. They're nice to you. I guess I'm not nice to you because I just see you for what you are. So I'm just like, well, he's a phony motherfucker. He's just phony. There's nothing real about him at all.
Please feel free to divulge and post or whatever you want to do. Express and show this phoniness about you. What have I done phony? It's interesting that you even notice that people are nice to me. I don't notice if, how, when, and where people are nice or not nice to you. Like, you're just not on my radar like that. So, all this shit is very telling. You know what I'm saying? You're recognizing to what capacity people are nice to me, and then you're commenting on it like you don't know why, and you're saying like, oh, you're different. I'm not nice to him because I see through him. I see the phoniness. Please share the phoniness with me. I think I'm as transparent as they come. Transparent like a father with titties.
His wordplay is clever, but so is Little Dicky and Tekashi and Post Malone. They're clever.
Tekashi's wordplay is clever? I don't know what the fuck a Little Dicky sounds like. That name alone is why we didn't listen to that. And whoever what's up, nigga Post Malone, haven't heard maybe one song by accident, haven't heard 2 songs for him to know how clever he is. Like I said, you're calling me a culture vulture when I'm one of the most like underground bred motherfuckers there is. I barely even know 66% of the people that you just mentioned. Now Tekashi I have heard and know, covered his story a little bit, but you said Tekashi's wordplay is clever. And you want to talk about hip hop and who knows what and culture vulture and all that other shit? Okay, I guess.
Clever wordplay. But that doesn't make them rappers. They're clever with the wordplay. Very clever. But there's something there. But at any rate, Tone Space, knock it the fuck off, bro. Seriously. Just knock it off. I'm not trying to get in some entanglement beef with you. I really don't want to do that.
Whoa. Don't be throwing these new sex-related celebrity terms at me. I'm not trying to get in an entanglement with you. Whoa. Let's leave that word alone, please. Chill with that.
Your whole past is fucking disgusting. You know.
Past is disgusting.
I mean, you stripping down butt naked in front of dudes just because. That's how you handle conflicts and stuff.
Get the words out slow. Okay, let me talk about that because it's a funny story. I like telling that story, right? He's talking about I handle conflicts by stripping butt naked in front of men, real quick. And some people will understand, you know, I'm sure everyone will understand where I was coming from. But think of it what you will. I was a wild boy, you know what I'm saying? Still, I've tamed down a lot, but you know what I mean? My quirks and my antics, they're well loved, well received, everything like that, right? So how old was I? I was like 18, 19. I'm at a house party at my people's that, you know, I fucked with. It was in DC, house party and shit, right? Might even been 20, I don't know. There was some other people that came up in that motherfucker. I guess it was a crew, they were a gang or some shit or whatever. I kind of like knew them niggas, didn't really know them niggas like that, hard body like that, right? One of these niggas has the nerve to say to me, "Don't get too comfortable in here." And he's like with his crew and shit, right? Now, like I said, these are my peoples. You know what I'm saying? I'm over their crib all the time. So we decided to throw a party. Party was dope. It was lit, as they say. A lot of shorties there, everything like that, right? Now, when you see people that do like that shock value shit and all that, to me, shock value was played out. Shock value actually went out in like the 90s. You know what I mean? Shit like that it's like there's nothing new under the sun. People have tried all the shocking things that there is, and it's kind of like shit just looks corny when niggas do shock value shit, right? But as a shorty, 18, 19, maybe 20, I was on that shock value shit. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of class clownish in high school. Remember dissecting frogs and shit like that? I was the type of dude that would take the dissected frog out the classroom, in between classes, just open the door of another class, boom, throw that motherfucker in there. I would do all types of stupid, like just bugged out shit. You know what I'm saying? For shock value, if you will, right? So this was going to be one of those moments. This nigga had the nerve to tell me not to get comfortable in my own people's cribs. So fuck it, it was time for another Ant Young moment. So I took all my motherfucking shit off and went up in that motherfucker ass booty butthole naked in that motherfucker and said, "How's that for your comfort?" or something to that effect. What? You know what I'm saying? So that's the me getting butt naked at a party story. And motherfuckers had a big laugh and they were like, that's just Ant being Ant doing his bugged out crazy shit. I wouldn't do that as a grown ass man now. You know what I mean? Obviously motherfuckers have matured. But that's how that story went, and that's why it went like that. Because, you know, a nigga had the nerve to tell me I'm not going to be comfortable. I'm going to be as comfortable as a motherfucker could ever possibly be. You don't get more comfortable than ass crack naked. And, you know, them niggas didn't want problems with a nigga that was swinging. It just is what it is. All right, let's go.
Some weird shit. And no, I'm not fucking lying, bro. This is the shit that I can fucking prove. In fact, the story about you hollering at Lamar's, I wouldn't even call it Lamar's girl. It's just a girl who was sucking Lamar's dick. And you wanted to holler at her to taste Lamar's fucking cum from her lips. If I'm lying, ask Lamar.
Listen to how descriptive and disgusting he's just contorting this story. How the fuck does it get to that? I'm not even going to repeat that. But like I said, LA is going to interject and he's going to clarify that. So that's the only reason I didn't speak on that, because I think that part's coming up.
He told that fucking story. And as unbelievable as that is, and I just think about just ask.
Now, well, I gotta jump in there. He doing way too motherfucking much, man.
Right.
God damn, ball sucking cock liquor, shit. In Tone's defense, he did not know that I was still fucking around with her at all. Period. You know, it was later on when me and him got the beefing that I ended up telling him the story about what was going down. Okay, but no, he didn't know I was fucking with her at the time. He had no idea, you know. So the way he's trying to make it seem is not like the way he's trying to make it seem.
Right. Of all the girls.
Another thing, like I said, man, I got to put LA among them people that I never get that energy, like that hating on a nigga type energy that this nigga's exuding off of him. You know, and I mentioned Vdubb. How come I never get that issue with Vdubb? I never get that issue with other niggas. Now, me and LA, we've had you know contentions, little mini pockets of beef here and there before. But I'm gonna keep it a buck. And throughout any of those, even if other people said, yeah, that nigga's hating on you, or he's jealous of you, I would, even when we were beefing, I would tell niggas, I'm like, nah, bro, I don't think he's jealous of me. You know, he's sticking to whatever his issue of contention is. I don't get that energy off of him, and I don't feel that he feels that he has a need to see me as anything to be jealous of, to be perfectly honest. And I'm gonna come straight down and say it. At the end of the day, you know, I mean, if you really want to get deep with it, it's a survival tactic, right? We men, we're built to want to procreate, we're built to want to conquer and king of the jungle and, you know, grab the woman up and prolong our speed, our seed, and our generation. It's just at a primal level. So when motherfuckers hate on each other, a lot of times they're going to hate on people that they see as those that, you know, will probably be better with women, or that, you know, will probably be more likely to procreate and keep their species going on. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I don't think LA has had a problem procreating and keeping his seed and his generations going on a primal, natural level. And then B, in addition to that, you know, just on some straight real shit, you know, he's always in the mix. He got something with women going on, them giving him money, shit like that, or whatever. And I personally think a lot of the flack that he gets is the same shit, like with this nigga. What I suspect with this nigga coming at me is they see somebody that, you know, got some nice, good feminine energy around them, taking care of them, or look like they could go out and do their 1-2 thing, and motherfuckers hate on it. I think that's always been the elephant in the room with any of this beefing and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And again, it goes back to what I said before. That's why when niggas come at me and I haven't like did anything to them to try to start shit with them, and you know, if they come at me on some stupid shit, I usually just ask why. I don't even go into just like, you know, just responding back in kind and the same thing. I just ask them why, because I want to highlight whatever the reason is that they're fronting on me for. And usually it's for the reasons that I just expressed. Let's go.
All the world, why would you pick her? All of them. You can have your pick in New York.
And honestly, to keep it all the way real, it wasn't Tone trying to get with her. It was her trying to get with him. It was her trying to get with him. You know what I'm saying? But just by him knowing that she was my ex or whatever, he wanted to run it past me because at the time me and her was cool or whatever. So that's how that played out.
Exactly.
That seems so wild. Lamar told that story, and as unbelievable as it is, I believe Lamar, because you are that lame. You are a truly lame motherfucker, and you keep saying, "Oh, I sound like a nerd, dude." I'd rather sound like a nerd than rap like a nerd.
Y'all tell me in the chat if you had to pick sounding like a nerd. And you were forced to sound like a nerd. You have to be forced to sound like a nerd when you're rapping, or forced to sound like a nerd when you're speaking. Which one would you rather be relegated to? This nigga said he'd rather speak like a nerd 24/7, usually speaking to people way more than you're going to be performing rapping or whatever. He'd rather do that on the regular than to rap like a nerd on those pockets of occasions that he will open his mouth to perform to rap or to record to rap. Okay, I guess. Now, what you said, feminine energy or skin tone. At first, you said it was because of your light skin. No, I'm not relegating anything to just light skin. You know what I'm saying? You know, I could be dark as a motherfucker, and I'm still gonna say I look good, baby. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? None of this shit is me just pocketing it just to like light skin. You know what I'm saying? And when I say feminine energy, I mean like, you know, just looking like a nigga to get bitches. If you want me to just put it in basic ass terms. The niggas that look like they got bitches are often gonna get hated on for no fucking reason. Just put it in the most niggeriest of niggery terms so everyone can understand it. That's what I'm saying. But let's go on with this cat.
You know, your sound is shit. Yeah.
Still going with that shit word? You done heard me break down how that shit word ain't something that motherfuckers, that niggas say, and you still holding on to that shit word. Okay, I guess.
You sound like I would sound if I tried to rap, but I have enough respect for the game to not even try that shit.
But you don't have enough respect to the game to not critique other motherfuckers. So you wouldn't rap and sound the way that you sound with your voice because you think that would be disrespecting the game. However, you feel that you could critique and call other niggas culture vulture by having that same nerdy culture vulture as voice, and that's not a disrespect to the game? Okay, I guess.
You know, and I wasn't even saying anything really mean towards you, bro. I was
This
just
dude
keeping
right
it
here,
pretty
man.
mild.
This dude is a cocksucker right here too. This
And
motherfucker right
I
here.
was like,
Fuck.
hey, you know, you're
is
picking
smart.
at bones here. You know, the rap game's already dead anyway. You're just picking at bones. Let it, you know, rest in peace. You know, just like, whoa, shit. Man, I'm just saying, Tone Space.
Look how he say his name.
That little critique was just a small little critique, bro. But all I'm asking you to do is just back the fuck off. Stop getting brave. And if you want to stick to the subject, fine. But don't try to, like, go around it, like, talking about your fucking looks and shit. Things.
All right, real quick, Black Larry asks, so what similarities do you and the Smokehouse Dude share? In context of what I'm talking about, I say that both of us, one way or another, have it look like they get bitches type of shit going with them. For one reason or another, or a combination of both. Probably even more LA than me. So I think that's the similarity that we share, and I think that's why niggas hate. Straight like that. Gotta stand.
That I would never have brought up. Why would I bring it up? It has nothing to do with your looks.
I don't know what he's talking
But
about.
you
with
brought
part.
that shit up. Tell me how fly you are and how good looking you
Hold on.
are. And that,
Seems like that really affected him. That little space of time. The way he's breaking it down, he's making it sound like the 90+% of my reply to him was talking about, oh, fly nigga, and like that's the entirety of what it was. No, I only mentioned that in the context that I explained earlier in this video. And like I said, anyone that wants more clarity on what this whole shit is about, just check a few shows down from here, and it's the show that I did called Tone Space, The White Man Culture Vulture, or something to that effect.
and that I'm hating on you.
Because I think this is a response to Tom
Hating on
Space
what?
video. So let me look up Tom Space
I
video.
hate the way you sound. Hating is like, there's like a piece of envy there. I don't envy none of that shit, bro.
I
You kidding me?
enjoyed during the whole little hip hop.
See,
All right, but I think that's about it, because then LA is going to go into playing the video that I just referenced that I did, a few shows down. But, in summary, like I said, if you was just critiquing my shit and just saying your raps are shit, I wouldn't have a video addressing it or anything. You know what I mean? I did a video addressing the culture vulture aspect of the thing. You know what I mean? And I thought that's a good topic to talk about in general. Even if the shit was still personal about me and there weren't like some higher, some higher principles that it will cover in a more general sense, I probably wouldn't have taken the time to do a video about that anyway. But you gave me some good shit to talk about in general. So again, if you want to check it, just check that. And I think I've done a pretty good, sufficient thing of breaking it down. I'll throw the link in out here real quick if anyone want to rap. If the dude Black Tech the Classic Lives 2 wants to get up on here. You said something about me being fake and phony. If you want to give the examples of why you feel I'm fake and phony, I want to give you the space to do so. Or I guess if anyone want to rap for a hot second, again, Vdubb, I hope I didn't disappoint. I hope I didn't break that pact. Because yeah, the dude with the stunted growth that you've been going back and forth with, yeah, I ain't gonna front. I be looking at that shit like, why is this nigga even talking to this nigga? This nigga's prepubescent. You know what I'm saying? 12 years old. It was finito. He did not go through puberty. Nuts didn't drop or nothing. Squeaky ass voice. And I don't got the deepest voice in the world, but yeah, it was really good with that. Where's his link at? Bear with me. Anyone want to scream at me real quick? For a little while, because I'm going to shut it down and play this little video game shit and do whatever the fuck I do. And Top, what up? Yeah, man, thanks for coming through, man. Hit that like button or that dislike button, whichever way, the situation moves you. Real talk. All right, start a new meeting. All right, don't want the camera on because my shit look crazy. Camera failed, good. It don't really look too crazy, but I still want the camera on. Showing you that. Copy. There we go. Copy. Shout out to Grand Pooba. Let's see where this mic is. Go to the options. Oh, it's not the options. Here's the options. Settings. Okay, we got the right mic popping off. We got it. through. Only if you want it. Yes, I really want it. I was playing some Easy joints yesterday, and the motherfuckers was like, yeah, Easy was trash. And then I had to like really think of that. Shout out to Real Life is Not in Cyberspace. I'm like, you know what? You're actually right. But for some reason, we like that shit. You know, the post NWA Easy, that is. Alright, here we go. Two totally different men, two totally different personalities. You two are nothing alike. I mean, we're definitely different people, but I honestly think that we share that, you know, energy. This nigga been getting thousands of dollars from women on some shit. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you. But like I said, I would say he probably exudes more of that female draw than I do. You know, you say for popularity purposes and all that shit. You know what I mean? Control D. Just my opinion, but yeah, nah. I appreciate yours though. Anybody want to holler? Yeah, read the chat and put this on the screen so I can see if anyone does come true while I hit the chat, respond, and all that type of shit. I'm gonna go up a little bit. YJ says I wouldn't say jagged edge, gentrified R&B. As long as we hate them. It sounds like a culture debate. I'm not hearing the skin tone hate. Yeah. I mean, the other one I really go into the culture debate, but I'll give you the quick summary, Black Daria, of how I look at it, right? Because we were also talking about if I'm black enough, if I'm mixed and everything. So to summarize that, like real quick, I know that on a physical type, it's obvious that I'm genetically mixed. So if someone wants to say I'm mixed as opposed to saying I'm black, I have no problem with that. I consider myself a black man in general, but it's highly based on culture because I didn't grow up not sniffing anything near any white culture. I don't come from any single white parent, whether I lived with them or not, because I didn't grow up with my father, but he wasn't even a white man for me to have reference to say, oh, my white pops used to do such and such, such and such. You know what I'm saying? I grew up, you know, with my black mother, light skin or whatever. So I just don't know the white experience as far as coming up. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? All I know is the black experience. The ills and the, you know, the trouble and the bullshit that, you know, it has to do with in coming up. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say, because one of my real good friends, he's also mixed, but he has like a white father. And he didn't grow up with his father either, but he always talks about him. He's like, yeah, my pops was from Kentucky. He used to do this. He used to do that. So at least he has a reference to some like white history that's part of his genetic makeup. You know what I mean? I don't have any connection to like just some straight white shit. You know, my white shit is strictly just on some phenotypical shit. So in general, like, you know, I don't, you know, beef over someone saying, oh, you're not black, you're mixed. If that's how you feel, cool. I'm gonna consider myself black, and it's based highly on a cultural aspect. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what y'all talking about. Yeah, they leaked that nigga's Patreon, and the person who did it got donations. Oh, they got donations for leaking this shit? That's crazy, yo. That shit is bugged out. They can beef ribs. And you get the cooking popping off. It's basically an audio bank of him simping. Pay to watch him simp his life away, pretty much. D. Control the trolls really hate him. That's deep. Goes it on himself. Just a lot of y'all talking some things to myself. Similarities to you in the smokehouse. Alright. Styles gives light-skinned niggas a bad name. Niggas like him make the other shade think we are soft. Shit is a no. Yeah. Homeboy is like really bugging. I did want to say this too, man. Y'all niggas are corny if you even supporting him in the chat room. All this fuckery and nonsense he's doing, trying to get people fired from their jobs, putting up this man's family pictures and trying to fuck with niggas' barbershop. He's basically doing shit that could easily get his ass killed and deserve it. I'm gonna straight up say it like that. Like the shit is playing out like he is about to get smoked. I'm gonna say it just like that. Cause look at the story. Peep the story. Cliff gave this nigga an out, for those who know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Cliff gave this nigga an out yesterday. He said, look, you're threatening to fuck with my nephew's barbershop. I tell you what, man, I don't want any smoke no more. Leave my family alone. You got it. Fuck it. You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. You know, any sane person with even the slightest bit of decency will say, okay. Even if it's just to satiate their ego. Yeah, I won. He backed down. But they would leave the fucking shit alone. Not this fucking scumbag. He had to jump right on it, double down, and putting up more family pictures. Like, doesn't that sound like it's playing out like he's about to get killed? You know what I'm saying? Doesn't that sound like a classic nigga about to get killed thing? You know, in the storyline, you had the pivotal moment where he had the out, where he could have taken advantage of just leaving the shit alone. Because the other nigga, because Cliff said, look, I'll leave you alone, you leave me alone, just don't fuck with my family. But no, he doesn't decide to do that. He says, oh, you better give me $100, otherwise I'm gonna fuck with this one or that one. Like, he's keep pressing and inching for it. And all y'all niggas in the chat, I don't give a fuck if you cool or not. Y'all niggas is corny for even supporting that shit. Y'all niggas is butt. Fucking faggots. Pardon me, pardon the language. Fucking faggots. So in closing, as a mixed race black man, do you feel black men hate on you more because of your skin tone? It's hard to say because I've just grown up how I've grown up, what I look like. I'll keep it real with you though, like, you know, since coming from New York, I didn't really grow up experiencing any of that shit. It's like when I travel to other places outside of New York, because, you know, we all know New York City is like a melting pot. You got different people. You got people that look like me that are Puerto Rican and Dominican, you know, which is essentially mixed with black just from other island type places and shit like that. So it's like, due to so much variety, you know, I'm not really a novelty here. I'm just a regular motherfucker here. You know what I'm saying? I think so. So I didn't really grow up experiencing a lot of that shit. It's when you get online and you see people from other states and how they get down. And then, you know, I didn't hear words like zebra or I forget a couple other terms. Like even white people, they'll throw all these like crazy terms at you. You're like, what the fuck is that? You know, what the fuck? You know, white people give you all the flavor, all the racial flavor terms that you ain't never heard before. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say growing up that I felt that I've seen that, but outside of New York, I can't say that I suspect, you know, some of that bullshit has been going down. Yeah, you know. Could never say for sure until I can say for sure. You know, niggas like Styles who'll go out of his way to tell you, oh, you think you all that, you got those light eyes, you light skin. Everybody wants to have that curly, what he said, that curly hair, or that trimmed up shit, that olive complexion. Everybody wants to have that bulge you got in your boxes. Everybody wants that, but you don't know how to rock it. You got that, you don't even freak it right. You know what I'm saying? Styles, like a nigga like Styles, classic example. He definitely be hating on that shit because he'll go out of his way to let you know that that's what it is. But I usually don't even, my mind usually don't even go there with people because like I said, I didn't grow up with that. You know what I mean? I didn't come up where having like a mixed ass feature look is a big deal. You know what I mean? From where I come from, I'm just a normal motherfucker. You want to know the shit that I always look at as the shit is being tall. I'm 6'6". So I always look at that as the shit. I ain't even going front. But, you know, tripping over my skin complexion or eyes or color, or I never gave a fuck about that shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is. See, I guess I'll, you know, better the ounce after this and probably, you know, throw a game on, just play some shit on some casual shit. You know what I mean? Oh, I misspelled. I put a lowercase I, so I gotta like amend that because I'm a perfectionist and shit. You know what I mean? So thanks for coming through. I know what I'm gonna close out with. We'll close out with this icon. Close out with some real hood shit. I started off with some real hood shit. Close it out with some real hood shit. The niggas don't wanna say I ain't down with that type of shit. Now, I ain't never heard a song from Eminem that sounded like the two I played at the beginning, or that sound like this. Eminem will never be the greatest because he doesn't have that urban stamp. That's why I say if I had to pick the greatest lyricist of all time, I'll say Big Pun. So yeah, thanks for coming, y'all. Icon, produced by Tone Space. Yours truly. The greatest of all time, call me Anthony Prime, with plans to revive
find the savage from the shanties with swine. Live from the city where educated goblins are gritty and shorties conceited. Best believe they vibing still with me. Kids are pill popping, falling like an anvil dropping. Minimal problems expanding from the hands on the bottle. Pouring the lean, they leaning on the poor to get richer. Black nation taxation to the core and they get you. Corners of niggas get richer off of whores and addiction. Raw in the kitchen for paupers doing more than just sniffing. War and affliction was written, read the code in the Torah. Liquor stores on the corner, keep the potion to cure ya. Couple hours till you crash and burn. Ashes earn, cash is earned. Spent with our breasts, I made them larger than a pack of dirt. Space 3 times in the mirror, you might see me. Feeding the mind of people that's needing to dine easy. Keeping it tall, music for the need of all. Underdogs in the P's with the P in the hall. Raid in the kitchen, where ATF raiding your kitchen. Raising conditions of major drugs that Reagan like it in the pagan traditions. Cast a spell of hate on our children, I break it through spitting. This the realm Satan existing. Angels are singing, word to Eve, praise must be given. The same God that Adam knew he naked and hid from. Temptation, 10 nations, one ruler. When Satan then raises, he's gon' fool ya. Resources, archery, aim, clothing. Starts to prepare, knowing where part of the game's going. Mark of the lanes, want a credit card in your brain. Karma came lightning fast like a spark in the rain. The capital gains from gaming cats has you in pain. The crashing then came, now every single stack has been drained. While you're gassed as hell with a busted ride. And the magic spells that you trusted died. We gon' bash the doors of oppressors who lied. First we crack the shells and the nuts inside. Ha! Space money, fake honeys, stay bummy. Social media rich with a raised tummy. She takes money from 6 possible baby daddies. For Xanax, she a dick swallowing faded addict. I transform into sandstorms to block the vision of opposition. With sights on my prophet getting. Writing like prophet's vision, got me grabbing the quill. Hard, light as a feather in this Amityville. House of harbor, little shopping, I'm for feeding the children. G's are the killing, for we to selling D in your building. Poverty got us contorted like some pottery shaping. In these depths of the garden that we follow the snake in. A bunch of sides launching their cannons to conquer the planet. We're fronting like the conquerors want you to have it. Absolute power corrupts, so keep it harder than granny. Devouring chumps that wanna take yours down with the madness. And gold diggers are slutting strong, claiming their fame. While the average girl gets nutted on, taking the train. It's a savage world of something wrong, brains in disdain. Crazy the range, from birth to death, Abel and Cain. Jealous ways of relating on the way to a rain. Niggas on their way to arraignment, adding neighbors to things. Green giant, giant, that's defiant to pious leaders and tyrants with poison. The military outpoison. Wars of corporate conquerors kill the core of the monster with skill, destroying the nonsense that they deploy it upon us. Major points in absconding the ways we want to be living. You never calling the system against circadian rhythm. Human nature in prison till every place that we live in. Nobody is seen like Arabian women. Soul zombies in prisons of D-Wave computers. Obama they give us, but we ain't making no moolah. No black business is risen or erected, just reckless. Erections that fuck us when no STD checking. Battle ready, words travel heavy through my anatomy. I got vocabulary, capillaries. Hours in, well over 100,000. Been running down with bars on niggas since the public housing. Tone space, call me Optimus Rhyme. Transform and roll out at the drop of the dime. I gotta get mine, you gotta get yours, even with firearms. Surviving strong on our way back to Iacon.